Hey folks, welcome. Thursday, I believe it's May 7th. Eric and Mike here at On the Horizon. And today we're going to talk about automation, marketing, sales, customer service automation, how technology is going to help you in the new normal, how you need to think about it differently as we start to come out of this. And before I go, special shout out. Yesterday was National Nurses Day. I wanted to say thank you to all the nurses in our country who have done such an amazing job. My son is actually dating a nurse, and we have some intimate details of what's going on at one of the hospitals in Philadelphia. And they're doing a yeoman's job to take care of us and all of our family. So I wanted to say something yesterday about them and didn't. So thank you to all the nurses. So again, today we're going to talk about automation, marketing, sales, and customer service automation, how to use it to deliver an amazing experience to your prospects and customers. So with that, I'll let Eric kick us off like he has been doing every day with some stats and some good data to help us start thinking about this differently. Eric?
Yeah, remember the whole goal of the series is to think about what happens at the end of the pandemic when business returns to the new normal. And one of the things that we've been chatting about is people really using this time to implement marketing automation software, or if they have marketing automation software, really turning it on the full power of it. So I wanted to start with some mind-blowing statistics that I found about the usage of marketing automation software as of just a few months ago. So number one, companies are using email marketing software 82% of the time. 82% of companies are using marketing technology to send out their emails. Pretty good. We all get lots of emails in our inbox. We obviously feel that that's true. But then there is a dramatic drop-off on what companies are using technology for to manage the rest of their marketing. In fact, only 33% of companies are using marketing automation software for testing and tracking. They don't know where their precious marketing dollars are going, and 2/3 of people that are driving marketing for their companies are flying blindly. Only 39% of people actually have marketing automation software. So it's not a question of whether you're going to get software or not. It's a matter of when. And I always give the example of QuickBooks. We know what QuickBooks is, the software that manages the financial part of your business. Marketing automation software is the software that manages your sales and marketing. Well, nobody goes into their accountant's office at the end of the year with a shoebox full of old paper receipts saying, here, do my taxes. Your accountant smacks you on the side of the head and he says, go get some QuickBooks. It's $99. We could use technology to organize all of this. And it's the same thing with marketing automation software. You're using a platform to manage all of the components of your marketing and sales program. CRMs like Salesforce.com, marketing software like HubSpot that keeps it organized, coordinated, orchestrated, and all going towards the same goals. So, the question is not going to be if you don't have HubSpot or Marketo or Eloqua or Pardot, this is a great time when you maybe have a little less volume to take the time, implement it, practice, do a couple of tests so that you're ready at the end to really turn your marketing up to the next level. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, that's awesome background information. So what I thought I would do is give you a couple of use cases on how we can use software for marketing, sales, and even customer service execution to help you kind of connect the dots a little bit about what the power of these tools actually mean to you. And look, it's very likely that when you come back to your office and you start to think a little bit more in a focused way about marketing and sales, that you may have less resources. You may have let some marketing people go. You may have let a couple salespeople go. Your teams might be smaller. Your budgets might be tighter. You're probably going to have to do some of the things that you want to do with less resources. You may have to do some of those things on your own. So some of the use cases I'm going to give you over the next couple of minutes will give you some idea about how this can help you. Obviously, email is very low-hanging fruit for marketing automation software. But, did you know that, and this is a great example, how many of you have been to a trade show, come home from a trade show, and just not known what happened with those leads that you got? You could have come back with a boatload of people who wanted to talk to you, and you're now kind of relying on sales to connect with those people, to follow up. And you know as well as I do, once they get back to the office, they get busy, they get distracted, people are calling them, they have a hotter prospect that they need to deal with. And in a lot of cases, the leads that you worked really hard on to get at that show are just left unattended. And that unattended lead happens very, 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 very frequently from a marketing perspective. One of the things marketing automation software can do is allow you to set up automated nurtures. What that means is you sit down and in an afternoon, you write 4 amazing email nurtures that are actually designed to bring people through the buyer journey and offer them additional content along the way that is directly related to issues they're going to have as they try to think through whether they want to do business with you or not. That nurture sequence can be written, planned, and set up in an afternoon so that it runs automatically behind the scenes. Think about if you put 100 or 200 or even 500 leads into this nurture and it just ran automatically. And it doesn't have to be a trade show. I know we're not going to many trade shows over the next couple of months, but what if you had a webinar? And at the end of the webinar, that nurture was set up. Everyone who attended the webinar got this string of emails. Everyone who registered for the webinar but didn't attend got this different string of emails. So it's a very customized and tailored specific set of nurtures that can be set up in advance. So all you have to do is press go, off it runs. And now all you do is monitor the data and see how it's doing. So you've now automated a way to stay in touch with these people without you having to do anything other than think that through in an afternoon and get it set up. That's one use case. Another great use case for marketing automation software is publishing content. So again, if we have limited resources, you could go in without any technical knowledge and set up a landing page on your website, write the copy, design it, add a form to it to collect contact information, create a button that you can put on your website that you could put on it. You don't need any HTML programming, any CSS programming skills. Anybody can, in a matter of minutes, put a button on your website that launches a landing page that turns a visitor into a contact or a lead. Now, in the past, we had to go to our web company, we had to go to our IT department, we had to hire someone with special skills to program that on our website. That is all a thing of the past. All that can be done in an afternoon, and you can be turning visitors into leads. So those are 2 really solid use cases for marketing automation software.
Hey, Mike, let's give a couple of quick numbers that you can put to that. So to Mike's point, if you have 1,000 visitors a month to your website and only 2% of them convert onto that landing page that Mike said, that's 20 people that go into your database. Now you nurture those 20 people. 2 of them decide, wow, this is good stuff. I'd like to connect with you. You get 2 sales opportunities and you close 1 of them. Well, whatever your average engagement size doesn't matter because it's going to pay for the time that it took to set up your landing page. So if you want more sales, no problem. Get 2,000 people to come to your website. Now we get twice the amount of activity. So when you're talking about marketing automation software, the metrics that you can track back really help you control your results.
Yeah, and that's 101. I mean, if we wanted to go into 201, we could talk about turning on chat. Chat's a feature that comes with almost every marketing automation platform that can easily turn visitors into actual real conversations with your company and potentially sales conversations if they're further into their buyer journey. So, we could spend an entire afternoon talking to you about what marketing automation can do for you, but it is no longer a nice to have. It is a must to have. And it's still quite shocking when Erica and I talk to prospects that they're coming to us without marketing automation software. So let's do some sales. Let's have some sales conversations. So sales is a very one-to-one. It's a very personal move. And the software can support those one-on-one conversations too. You can very quickly embed a video into your email by using a CRM that allows you to tell your story as opposed to writing it in the email. You might still write it out, but to make that email even more remarkable, a quick video embedded in that email allows your reps to tell their story in a much more visual and animated way. You can set up the same sales nurtures. So like we set up marketing nurtures, you can set up sales nurtures. So you can automate those touches that salespeople used to do manually can now be done in an automated way. And the last and probably best use case for sales automation and CRM software is to score our prospects based on their behaviors, their real behaviors and how they're signaling you, so that reps spend their time working on their best prospects first and their secondary or tertiary prospects after that. Now you're really optimizing their time. Remember, you might have had 6 reps a couple months ago. You might have 3 reps now you got to make sure that they're highly efficient in what they're doing every single day. So if a lead visits your pricing page, that might be an indication that they're a better prospect. If they've come back to your website 3 or 4 times, that might indicate they're a better prospect. If they've downloaded a end of buyer journey offer or scheduled chatted with you about potentially having a sales conversation, these are all signals that can be built into a lead scoring model that would tell a rep, call this person first, or email this person first, or chat with this person first. And then there are other prospects that they have. We'll get to those after we handle these hot prospects first. And you literally can't do that with some kind of CRM software. And you also can look at the entire buyer journey in that CRM software. So you literally can see when they first visited your website, what pages they went to, what things they downloaded. And now as a rep, you can have a very contextually relevant conversation with that prospect. Hey, I noticed you were on my video marketing page. Do you have interest in video for your business? Have you done anything with video? What are you thinking about video? Do you think your prospects would tune in if you had more video? Let me share some video, a video ebook we just wrote that you might find interesting. So I'm not having a general conversation with a prospect anymore, like, hey, how can I help you? I'm having a very specific conversation with them about something that they've shown me they have very specific interest in. So that's an awesome variety of awesome use cases for CRM software that, again, a lot of clients do come to us with CRM software, but in a lot of cases, it might not be working like this. It might not be providing you this kind of opportunity. It could be homegrown, something that someone built for you 5 or 6 years ago. It could be an industry system that a lot of your peers use, but maybe it doesn't provide you some of this functionality. So it could be a really good time to look at upgrading that CRM to something that has 2020 features in it as opposed to, 2002 features in it. And on the customer service side, I don't want to ignore this because this is so important these days. We really have to lean into our customers. Going forward, how you take care of your customers is going to be critical to what people say about you. So what are those customer service reps doing with your customers? Are they able to identify issues on Facebook and deal with them? Are they able to identify issues that might be texted to your business or emailed to your business or a more traditional ticket filled out, support ticket filled out? Can they see all of those conversations in one place and be able to respond to that customer proactively and with a really deep understanding of what their issue is so they can help them? Do they have the email templates that speak in your voice and in a remarkable way so that every customer service rep is serving your customers in the same remarkable way and really sharing remarkable information with them? Do you have an asset, a knowledge base of assets and videos and answers to their questions that they can pull from, that you guys, the marketing team or the sales team or the executive leadership has decided this is how we want to answer this question. This is the asset we want to provide when people have this particular issue with our product or services. Your customer service team needs to have all of those in a quick and easy access place that they can get those out to those customers in a very responsive way. And last but not least, you have to know whether your customers are happy or not. Marketing and sales can't do their job if you have a hole in the bottom of your bucket that you're unaware of. If customers are canceling or leaving or not happy with your products or services, you have to close that hole at the back end of the bucket. And you have to really know. You don't have to do something as fancy as Net Promoter Score. You can use customer service software that simply lets someone tell you happy face, neutral face, or sad face, and you'll already out of the gate have a really good idea whether most of your customers are happy, neutral, or sad. You'll know who's sad so you can jump in and make them happy. You'll know who's neutral, so maybe you can do some extra help for them or give them a little something extra to make them happy. You'll have a much better pulse on how happy your customers are, and that's going to help you with sales and marketing as well.
So I think one of the issues, Mike, that you touched on that we should really emphasize is the control part of that, right? So if I took your 10 sales reps and I put each one of them in a different room and asked what your company did, but I get the same story. And obviously the answer is no. But with marketing automation software, you can plan out this entire buyer's journey and have the story told exactly the way you want it told. So there's a lot of control about that, a lot of control about what you can do to manage people through that buyer's journey and get the results you're looking for. When you look at it from other aspects or benefits of using marketing automation software, increase productivity. And let me give you an example. If you have 10 sales reps and each one of them makes a base salary of $50,000 plus commission, if you took the bottom two that aren't performing and you let them find their path to happiness elsewhere, took that $100,000 and rotated it into investing in your marketing program guided by marketing automation software, you've saved money and you've given more qualified leads to the 8 on the list that are really performing high. So there's definitely a improvement in productivity. Obviously, an increase of revenue. We gave you some stats earlier on that. Customer retention, Mike gave a great example of how you can really stay on top of those folks. And also this tracking and testing. I'm sure nobody in our audience today has an unlimited marketing budget. If you do, you're at the wrong webinar. If you have a limited marketing budget, you have to figure out where to use those precious dollars in the best possible way. And by using marketing automation software, you get real-time data on what's working and what's not. So you can cut the bad stuff and invest more in the good stuff. And that once again helps you grow your business quite a bit. So I wanted to kind of conclude this like kind of benefits of customer relation management and marketing automation software with 4 key metrics that you should be watching. Website traffic. I'm not talking about people coming to your website, whipping out their credit card and spending $20. I'm talking about most firms that look at website traffic as a validation that people are interested in working with them. There's not one company out there that someone buys from you unless they typically check out your website first. So it's a really good indicator. So manage your website traffic and try to get it go up, up, up each month. Once you get them there, you want to convert them. Conversion rate is great. We talked about earlier with Mike's example of a landing page that if you converted just 2% of 1,000 people, you got 20 sales opportunities right there. So you really, really, really want to make sure that you can manage your conversion rates. Hey, maybe something's not performing up to par. Change the offer. Move the call to action somewhere. Change the thing from black to orange so it stands out more. There's a lot of little changes you could do at absolutely no cost to increase your results. Once you have those people in your database, manage how many of those marketing leads turn into sales opportunities, because then you know if you're taking people through the whole journey. And then finally, the obvious one is close rate. If you're pitching 10 companies a month and you're closing 1 deal a month, what can we do to get that up to 2 deals a month? That would double your sales efficiency in one move. So like Mike said, there's lots of ways marketing automation software can support that. Send them a video, throw them over to your blog, ask them to sit in on a webinar. Tell them you want to offer them a free software demo. There's so many ways that you can improve your close rate, and that's a lot cheaper than spending money on advertising. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, and just to emphasize Eric's point, these tools, they almost become like dials that are presented in front of you. And when you see the data associated with your entire buyer journey from the very first time they visit your website to the time they become a customer, and even afterwards in terms of what they're buying after that first purchase and how much they're buying and size of wallet in terms of how you penetrated that business, you get an incredible amount of data that's presented to you in a very easy dashboard-like format where you can literally, let's turn this dial and see if we can increase this number. Let's adjust this dial and see if we can increase this number. I still remember today, the first time we as a company started using HubSpot. Look, I'm a lifelong marketer, so this interaction between data and activity means a lot to me. But it was so clear to me, as if a light bulb went off. Like, if I blogged more, we got more visitors to our website. If we adjusted our website pages, we got more leads. If we published more content, educational content and offers, the leads got better. So there was a very direct one-to-one relationship between what we were doing and the results it was providing. Now think about that all the way through the marketing stuff that we talked about, into the sales activities and into the customer service activities. This is by far the only way you will drive sustained revenue growth month over month, is looking at it holistically like this and putting that platform software underneath it to help you manage it.
Hey, Mike, let's emphasize that never before today, where people are working remotely and you once again can't have your salespeople out on the streets, that this becomes even more vital because people are going to be leaning on digital tools and the internet to make their buying decisions. And if you don't make these adjustments, you're not going to get your fair share of sales.
Very well said. And like we said earlier, we don't care what you buy, just make sure you have something, marketing automation, CRM, and customer service management tools in place to help you deliver a really amazing prospect and customer buyer journey for all the people that interact with your business. Thanks so much. It's been great talking to you about this. We'll be back here tomorrow morning. Stay safe. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you all soon.